Hi everyone, my name is Joe Gill. I'm one of the hand surgeons at University of Orthopedics. We're here today at Four Town Farm, which is a local farm at the border of Mass and Rhode Island. We'll be talking about pumpkin carving injuries that occur this time of the year. Around October every year there's an uptick of these injuries that we're taking care of in the ER. A study that looked at the incidence of these injuries in the United States over the last 10 years found about 20,000 injuries, which accounts for about 2,000 injuries per year. 85% of those injuries happen in the month of October, and of that 85%, 50% happen in the last 2 weeks. So that's why I'm here today. So number one, when you're doing these pumpkin carving activities with your kids, and they're smaller kids, it's important to try to do the majority of the carving yourself. And the way to involve them in the process would be to let them kind of paint on the design or use a marker to kind of sketch out the design they're trying to have on the pumpkin, so it's fun for them as well. And then you could do the carving process. Number two is making sure to protect the non-carving hand. I think that hand will be the one that you'll lose track of. You'll be engaged in the pumpkin carving activity, and oftentimes the tool could slip off and drive right into your hand and cause the more serious type of injury. Rather, holding that pumpkin in a way that you could use that tool where you're cutting away from you to protect yourself. The third thing is being very selective in the type of tool you choose. And rather than taking the large, sharp kitchen knife, which you would think would give you a faster carving process, this would be a dangerous tool that if that went into your hand would cause a serious blood vessel, tendon, nerve injury. Whereas something with more of a skinny, flexible blade with a blunt tip, that these tools are designed for the pumpkin carving, and you can buy them as kits, are much safer to use for pumpkin carving. The fourth tip would be to make sure you're doing it in a safe, clear area where kids aren't running around with your carving instruments, where you have a stable surface for the pumpkin, and you could do it in a careful, well-lit environment. If an injury does occur, I think it's important to assess the severity of it. If it's a scrape or just a small little cut that's not bleeding, taking a first aid kit, cleaning the area, applying a Band-Aid, and watching the area closely for infection is reasonable. But if there's any deeper injury, particularly in the palm side, or if the fingers aren't moving correctly, or there's numbness, or there's bleeding that you can't control, going to get a professional evaluation at urgent care or the emergency room is critical. We here at University of Orthopedics all hope you have a happy and safe Halloween. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, you know where to find us.
Happy Halloween!